tenfold. Alrighty. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushua, Ba'Hashem, Kakodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, salutations to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, this could be an edifying count. Hey, it's a whole lot going on right now, man. Eve going through, Eve going down. All right, Eve is through. You know, it's a whole lot of distractions to keep you distracted on what's really going on in the world, man. Here it is. They're about to set up this. Everything is about to go digital, man. Okay, you got JP Morgan, you got BlackRock. I shared it in the chat, buying Bitcoin. You know, Trump, you know, he done went over there to Qatar and the UAE, and, you know, pretty much they invested a lot of money into the AI infrastructure of America, man. Saudi Arabia has invested over 600 billion. So they about to set this thing up, man. Okay? And at the same time, Israel is doing more attacks on Yemen. You know, they just did a whole assault. They finally started their full assault in Gaza that they said by sea, air, and land. They about to take all that shit over. And now Hamas is talking about declaring full-scale war on Israel. So, hey, it's turning up, man.
Yeah.
Everything is turning up. And then at the same time, get the storehouses shall suddenly, wait, what you want?
Psalm 64.
Oh, hold the storehouses shall suddenly appear, and then Baba shall get a better percentage shot. Because Walmart then came out and said in the coming weeks, they said their prices is going to increase in the double digits, man. So, hey, we in beautiful times. Hey, like the brother said last night, we already in Isaiah 4:1.
Yeah.
We already in it. Okay, this is just the beginning, man. So everybody is about to go down, man. The men of the Lord is going to be used to glorify Yahweh Ba'Hashem and Yahushua. But you got to go.
Yep, we on that second Ezra 6 first. Con. This is second Ezra chapter 6. And, hey, I'm going to start at verse 20.
All right.
It says, verse 20, and when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, then will I show these tokens. The books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. It says, what's skipping down, verse 22. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Yeah, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, man. So you're going to go to Walmart, you're going to go to these different grocery stores, you're going to be looking for produce and different, you know, food items, and you ain't going to, hey, it's going to be empty shelves, man. And they've been giving that warning. They said earlier, the beginning of this month, really late last month, they were saying we're going to see the effects by June of these tariffs. They said we're going to see empty shelves and stuff, man. So we're about to be in hyperinflation real soon, man, because inflation is still going up. They're saying it's going up slower than it's been rising over the past like 3-4 years, but it's still rising, man. And inflation unchecked becomes hyperinflation, man.
And like we were speaking on, you know, they announced that they're about to go into an aggressive quantitative easing phase, you know, and I spoke on it a little bit, you know, in the holy chat yesterday. But nonetheless, this quantitative easing is another sign that America is, you know, on the decline. All right, it's not prospering like everybody like Trump has been claiming, like these keepers of the house have claimed for the last couple of years. Now they're all saying, like it says in Ecclesiastes 12, you know, the keepers of the house are starting to tremble. You got Jerome Powell saying that inflation is pretty much coming. And here it is, these are the men that are in control of this. And they're saying it's coming. So one, either it's already been fucked over, you know, and now that they know that there's nothing they can do to really fix it.
Yeah.
Or two, which is probably both, you know, they're doing this on purpose. You know, which when you set up this, when they set up this debt system, you know, there was no end goal. You know, it was just, you know, pretty much laden themselves with thick clay, like it says in Habakkuk the 2nd chapter.
Oh yeah.
You know, you can't build a nation, a kingdom off of debt. And this is being proven.
You're right.
You know, this is being proven. So this quantitative easing, they're going to literally be printing more money, you know, more than they already have.
Yeah.
So the value of the money that you might have in your pocket or in your account is not going to be able to get, you know, it's not going to hold its weight. Just like now, you could get a car. You get a car now. Average car like 30,000. Back in the 60s, you know, the average car, you could get a brand new car for like $2-3 grand.
Yeah.
You can't even damn near put a down payment on a car for that much. On top of the tariffs, that yes, they are still in effect. They put a hold on them, but they are ultimately in effect.
Yeah.
And the fact that nothing has been coming into America as of late, you know, and there's been no reports of these ports filling back up. Either way, there's going to be a period of time where there's going to be a supply shortage. So you got your dollar not being able to get as much, and then, you know, the price of things are going to go up because there's a shortage, even though the demand remains the same.
And your wages are not increasing. So, like the brother said, the demand is still there, but the supply is decreasing, and then the dollar doesn't hold the same value, man. So your wages not increasing, that's gonna hurt you hard, man. Okay? That's gonna make you feel the pressure, the pain, man. Hey, a lot of people are already experiencing being evicted, experiencing their cars getting towed, experiencing not being able to have food on the table. So we in a time where if you ain't got a man of the Lord that's reliable, that the Lord is dealing with, hey, you ain't gonna make it, man.
Hey, and
you relying on a pookie ass nigga or your parents or, you know, somebody in your family. Hey, they gonna become selfish. Because like the scriptures say, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Everybody gonna think about themselves, man. Ain't nobody gonna be trying to share what they got. When there's a supply shortage, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to replace this, so I gotta keep what I got. And that's why 2nd Exodus 15 gonna come into effect. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, man. But you gotta
Yeah, I was gonna mention also the job report came out that within the last month that for the most part unemployment remained the same except for one demographic. And guess what demographic that was? The so-called black women. They lost more jobs than any other demographic of people, including so-called black men. Black men actually their unemployment rate actually went down over this last month, you know, which means they have more jobs. So at the same time, you know, and that just shows you that, hey, the Lord is dealing with the Israelite man. He not dealing with you damn women, man. You know? So they saying the Chinese, you know, the Asians, you know, their unemployment rate pretty much was stagnant. So-called white men, so-called white women, Latino and, you know, men and women. All right, but the number one demographic that lost jobs was the so-called black women.
Oh yeah, they lose the jobs,
and they prided themselves on being the most educated. Just a couple months ago, they was y'all are good. They was getting on so-called black men saying that they not going to college, and this is before the whole student loan repayments continued. So they just a couple months ago they was popping shit, you know, thinking they in good case. Oh, we own more homes than black men. Yeah. All right, but now look what's happening. Your own system that you trusted in is failing you. That's why it says, woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. The main ones that go to Egypt for these benefits and shit that's getting cut are these so-called women, man. Yeah. You know what, you can't even call them.
They got fired from when Elon Musk was doing that whole Doge shit. They've been firing them from the IRS, firing them from different government positions, which we know that was mainly Eve, man. Because Eve be in all these jobs, man. You know, these different, you know, office jobs, you know, answering the phones and shit.
Working with CISO and shit.
Yeah, getting fired, man. So now y'all through, you know? Now y'all applying it at fast food jobs, applying it at tip services, trying to get, you know, because you can't afford the lifestyle that you got anymore. Because, you know, the so-called black woman, she never gonna live in her means. She's always gonna try to live higher than what she can afford. She want the brand new car. She want the brand new iPhone. She want to live in a nice place.
I want a nigga to pay for it.
and want a guy, a sucker, to be right there paying for her lifestyle.
She keep her money.
Why she keep her money and go on girls trips? But you gotta know. In that second shit still.
Yep.
Actually, read that again.
Yep. Verse 22 again. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown.
Yep.
The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty.
Yeah, man. So once again, one day you're gonna go into these grocery stores, you're gonna try to get what you need in the very near future. In the coming weeks. Hey, this gonna be a hot summer, man. This ain't gonna be a summer where you're gonna be out here twerking, popping, playing bees, man. This is gonna be a summer of inflation turning into hyperinflation, man. And Lord willing, famine.
Lord willing, rolling blackouts.
Okay, Lord willing, rolling blackouts. Hey, Ohio done already said they gonna experience that this summer. You know? So, hey, man, you people about to be through. And the main ones that's gonna suffer is you women. But you gotta.
That's right. Verse 23, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. And at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. And the springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run.
So, hey, friends gonna become enemies, man. Hey, Hawashah said he come to bring division. He said to set a mother at variance with her husband. Roughly paraphrasing, you know, daughter against the mother, son against the father. And it's gonna be straight up division, man. Because these modern people are not used to fasting, to going without, man. Because food is so easily accessible, man. You know, you got some spots you could go to if you homeless, they'll feed you. You know, it ain't really too expensive to go get something from a fast food joint. Now it is now, especially if you got a family. You know, that shit adds up, but you know, food is still easily accessible, but real soon it ain't gonna be easily accessible, man. Hey, cause in the ancient world, you wasn't eating meat like that. The only ones that really ate meat were like nobles and kings and, you know, people that were able to afford it, man. They would eat like chicken and, you know, steak. But if you was like a regular commoner, you wasn't eating meat. You know, you was eating like, you know, maybe bread, cabbage. You know, cabbage, you know, maybe fruit. You know, because hey, in our law, you gotta leave 10% of your vineyard to the poor. That was our welfare system. So you always had something to eat, but you wasn't eating meat like that. But here today, meat is, which it ain't even real meat, but meat is common, man. You know? But you said you had something else.
Yeah, it's some more.
Okay,
it says, verse 25, whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape, and shall see my salvation and the end of your world. You know, and that's going into the elect. Hey, the Lord has given the prophets these different visions of mourning, lamentation, and woe, but he also has reiterated on multiple occasions that there's a remnant that's going to be delivered from these things. You know, and that goes into the elect. All right, somebody has to be delivered out of these, you know, from these calamities. Verse 26, and the men that are received shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth, and the heart of the inhabitants shall change and turn into another meaning. So there's men here, you know, that were born in this generation that aren't going to see death. Yeah, you have men that are going to be martyred for not taking the MOTB, all right, but you're going to have people that they had a birth, and they're going to be translated like Enoch was translated, like Elijah was translated into those new bodies, man.
Oh yeah.
It's happened in the past. There's no new thing under the sun. Now there's going to be the elect. They're going to all be changed, and we're not all going to die. Like the scripture say, we shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. You know, there are men that have passed on. They're going to be, the dead in your house shall rise first. But according to the scripture, there are men that have not tasted death since their birth. Yeah. You know, Lord willing, we be some of those men. Now, if we got to die, hey, it is what it is. We pray we die in this faith. But, everybody ain't going to die. Esau not going to be able to, what he said? Except me. you know, hey, some of us, hey, the Lord is going to protect us, man. All right, yeah, we speak about Jacob's trouble, we speak about famine, but the Lord said, you know, the Lord is going to deliver us from the same.
Right.
You know, and that's reiterated amongst many prophets, man.
Yeah. What was you holding?
It's a little bit more on this, though.
Okay, fine. And then also hold Lamentations 4 and 9. When you done with that?
Come.
Yeah.
It says, verse 27, for evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared.
Yeah, the truth is declared. And it said the truth shall flourish, man. Because this truth is the only thing that's going to make sense in these coming days, man. Okay, and this is the true treasure. That's why the scriptures say wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, man. Because having this wisdom, knowledge, this truth, the names Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, that's what's going to get you through what's coming. See, if you calling on Jesus Christ, you calling on Allah, or you an atheist, or you claim to be a Christian, whatever, you ain't gonna make it, man. You ain't gonna make it through what's coming, because for one, you don't know why it's happening. People gonna think, oh, it's just the government, you know, the government. You know, ultimately, the Heavenly Father is the one stirring up the left hand. The scriptures say He creates peace and evil, man. Shall there be evil in the city and the Lord have not done it? The Lord is the one that's bringing this, man. Okay? That's bringing the hour of temptation. Because He's going to make a separation on who He's dealing with and who He's not dealing with. See, right now, you got guys, they thinking, yeah, man, IUIC or ISUPK or GOCC, any of these other camps, they might be thinking the Lord is actually dealing with their leaders, man. But no, man. You're gonna see plainly who the Lord is dealing with. That's why I say, there shall be known who are my chosen, man. Okay, we strongly believe Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai is dealing with, beginning with the head Apostle Tahar of Great Millstone, on down to the younger brothers that's teaching the same doctrine. That's what we strongly believe, man. All right, you gotta go.
Yeah, that was a point on that.
Oh, get that Lamentations 4 and 9, and we're gonna segue to this Revelation 6. Yeah, man. Hey, you people through. Hey, what Yahweh Shai say? These are the beginning of sorrows. This just the beginning. People go, oh man, it ain't gonna be long. You know, Trump gonna fix it. You know, Trump's gonna, it's gonna get to a point where even these MAGA supporters gonna burn their hats, man. They gonna turn on Trump, just like they did Nero, man. Everybody loved that guy. You know, he would participate in theatrics, and he was a lovable person, man. But in his end, everybody turned on him. He had to flee, man. You know? And he was behind the burning down of Rome, and they say he wanted to build a golden palace. What did he show in that video of Gaza? He showed a golden statue of himself in Gaza, man. He fully supports what Israel is doing, but now he's trying to say, nah, we don't support them. They doing too much. They need to let food and stuff in. He's doing that just so he can do business with these heathens over there in the so-called Middle East. Okay? So he bit his tongue just for that purpose, but behind the scenes, he's still giving them military assistance, man. Yeah. He's still supporting them.
Hey, like the scriptures say, the words of his mouth was smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. All right, these devils are bloody men, man. All right, the most bloody men on the planet, and I got that from Elder Malcolm. Are men that wear these neckties. We was just speaking on that.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
and they can't be trusted. Never trust not any.
Clean shaven and neckties, man.
You got it, though.
You said 4 and 9?
Yes, sir.
This is Lamentation chapter 4 and verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger.
It's better to just get your head split open, get your brain splattered against the wall, than to die of hunger. Hey, at least that's a quick death, man. You know? Than to not know where your next meal gonna come from. See, people aren't thinking like that now because once again, food is easily accessible. You can go across the street. You got Sully Steamers right there. Damn it.
I did that a couple of weeks.
Yeah, damn. Hey, you got restaurants everywhere, man. It's always something at least 5 minutes away. You know?
Yeah, it's just another
All right, we straight. Yeah, we straight. But yeah, so food is easily accessible, man. But when the time comes where the FRN ain't worth shit, your debit card you can't even use that.
Yep.
You know? Hey, when the time comes when cause these restaurants, they gotta get trucks every week, man. Even these smaller convenience stores. Cause when I used to work at one, they gotta get a truck every week, bro. They gotta stay stocked up. If they stop getting trucks, bro, I remember one time we didn't get a truck for like 2 weeks, bro. Bro, our whole fucking cooler was down there empty, bro. It wasn't shit in there, bro. You know? So once these trucks stop delivering these goods, hey, you ain't gonna be able to get food. Then you gonna start knocking on your neighbor door. Hey man, look, I'll pay or I'll trade. I got this. I got medicine. I got everything gonna be a barter, man. Hey, I got ibuprofen, man. I got alcohol. Hey, that's how people. You know, you might get gold and silver, but even that ain't gonna save you. You know. But cause people gonna start trading amongst each other. Then it just gonna turn full blown into just murder, man. Just take what you got. You know? So it's better to just die by the sword than to die by hunger. You just stomach touching your back, your body, your organs eating itself. You decomposing from the inside out. And you just laying there, you ain't even got the energy to move, bro. Hey, that's why they did this siege on Gaza, and that's why now they're doing this full assault by sea, air, and ground, because they've weakened them. They've cut off their energy, they've cut off their food, their medicine, they've destroyed their hospitals. So now they didn't went weeks without, supplies and food and water. They don't have the energy to fight.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like a precursor to America, though.
Yeah.
Sounds like the same scenario, just on a very large scale. All right, because hey, they were saying with these tariffs, your different products wasn't gonna come in. Your pharmaceuticals and stuff will be affected. Now physical bombs aren't dropping on this place yet, but as far as that siege being set up, hey, it's being set up here.
Oh, yeah.
Like the brother said, they 2 weeks to fight, man.
Yeah.
We got the children hungry, crying and shit. You got a duck. They get bombs dropping on them. 144. Hey, call
y'all shot, man.
Daily, man. Hey, it's coming here.
Hey, cause check this out. They know once they take these people food and stuff, they gonna run in line to take that seal.
Yep.
They gonna run to take it, bro.
Hey, there's only one cure to hunger, and that's to eat.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do if there is no food to eat? People are gonna turn to cannibalism.
Yep.
Like the Joker said in the Dark Knight. He said these people. You think these people are so civilized when the chips are down?
Yeah.
He said these people will eat each other.
Yeah.
That was a very he got so into that role. He killed himself and shit.
Damn.
He got so into that role, but he was on point.
He killed himself? You talking about the newest Joker?
The what's his name? Heath Ledger.
That's the newest one that came out, right?
No,
that's the
older.
older
That's the
one.
Dark Knight Joker. Heath Ledger. That's like the best one though, right? But he said these people they'll eat each other, man.
Yeah.
All right, that's in the scriptures.
Yeah.
Cannibalism. And it was a month's Eve, man.
Yeah.
There's an account.
Oh, matter of fact,
family.
let's hold it.
Yeah, let's get it. Yeah.
2 Kings 6. I believe that was it on. Oh, actually, we gotta read in this verse in Lamentations. But 2 Kings 6, and then also there was one more I was thinking of.
Hey, that's the spirit. That's the next verse.
It'll come back to me.
Yep.
You got it though.
Yep. It says.
this verse.
Yeah, I'm gonna read it again from the top.
Okay.
Lamentation 4:9. It says, "They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for the want of the fruits of the field." It says the hands of the pitiful woman have sodden their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people.
Yeah, because if you had cannibalism in the ancient world where women were better mothers and actually loved their children, imagine today when you got women leaving their kids in the car to die, leaving their kids at home to die so they can go party, throwing them in the trash cans. You know what I mean? Hey, like the scriptures say, they're more cruel than the ostrich, man. Because the ostrich, hey, they'll step on their eggs. You know? But these women today are more cruel than that. So if you had cannibalism in a time where women were women, just imagine today. It ain't gonna be a question, man. Women go, hey, man, it's gonna start off with the family dog, the family hamster, you know, maybe might try to catch some squirrels or some shit. Then it's gonna, hey, you gonna start looking at your child, man. Like, hey, man.
Because they're not gonna be able to last very long. You know, if they're not being fed and shit, they gonna languish quicker than the parents will.
Exactly. So hey, it's a terrible time we in, but hey, it's judgment, man. It's judgment. Yeah, it's just gonna be infants, man.
Yeah, man.
You got women pregnant now, just having a child. You ain't got a man of the Lord, man. It's over.
And there's more women that don't have a man of the Lord than those that do, man.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yeah, let's get that 2 Kings 6.
Yep.
It's another one I was thinking of. I can't remember, man. Can't remember, but yeah, man. Hey, these times is here, man. It's fastly approaching. Okay, inflation gonna lead to hyperinflation, which is gonna lead to famine and cannibalism. Okay, cannibalism is not a new thing. You already got people that's into it today. You know, it was somebody in South Carolina years ago. They say he had people you know, living in compound. Pretty much, he had them as slaves, man.
Wow.
He was eating them and shit. Yeah. You got some sickos out here. They gonna have fun, man. Yeah.
Hey, did you watch that Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was crazy, man.
Yeah.
He ate that nigga heart, man.
Yeah.
You know? Hey, you got those spirits that are out here. They out here. You know, they not all out and about, man. Them niggas in a dark room somewhere. Yeah. You know?
Hey, them niggas working at your job.
Yeah, hey.
Them niggas working, but them niggas, they your co-workers.
Yeah.
You think they cool? I worked with a guy one time. He used to ask questions like that. You think anybody here is a serial killer? Couldn't find out. This dude was telling me shit he did, man.
Oh, shit.
But he had houses, like big houses that he had like judges and shit. Like he was telling me, he was like, yeah, these rappers think because they got money and shit. He was like, nah, he was like, you gotta know the judges and the lawyers and shit like that for you to really, like, he was telling me all that shit, man. Spirit told me that nigga was on some shit like that. I even had a dream that dude was a demon, you know?
Yeah, that's a demon.
But you got them, bro. They, like you said, man, hey, a lot of them, hey, they work, hey, they walking down the street. Yeah. The Lord got them, you know, they mellow right now. They fantasize about it, but they mellow until they got the liberty to do it. But you got it, bro. That's 2 Kings 6.
This is 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 25. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, I don't know. And behold, they besieged it until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver.
Which is 80 pieces of silver. So the head of a donkey, this is how bad the famine was. The head of the donkey was sold for 80 pieces of silver, man. You got it.
And the fourth part of a calf of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver.
So, shit. Bird shit was being sold for silver. 5 pieces of silver. If you try to measure that out today, the spot of silver right now is like $26 to $30. So if shit was being sold for 5 pieces of silver, let's just say $30 for silver. 30 times 5 is $150, man. For shit. for poop. $150 for poop. This is how bad the famine was, man. And what's coming today is gonna be worse. You got it, bro.
That's the spirit. Yep. Verse 26. And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, There cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my lord, O king.
And it's the king. You got it.
And he said, If the Lord doeth not help thee, when shall I help thee?
So the king was like, hey, man, if the Lord ain't helping you, how am I going to help you?
Exactly.
Because, hey, women, hey, they going to be wanting us to help them. They see how the Lord is taking care of us. We, you know, we ain't out here like my man earlier was digging in the trash. We ain't going to be out here doing it. Digging in trash, pouring out cups and looking at soda, pouring out soda can, trying to scrape what you can get. We ain't gonna be living like that, man. The Lord gonna take. Oh, I know the other one I wanted now, Job. Job 5 and 7. You already know 5 and 17. The Lord is gonna take care of us, man. We ain't gonna be out here like that. Okay, you got it.
It says, out of the barn floor or out of the wine press? And the king said unto her, What aileth thee? And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give thy son, that we may eat today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son, and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, Give thy son, that we may eat him. And she had hid her son.
Yeah, so you had women coming together, talking about eating their own sons, man. And that chick gave her son to eat, but the other chick played her. Put her son up.
So you women ain't even cool with each other, man.
Yeah, they ain't. Women, man, they love lying to each other and destroying each other, making each other. Women are fucking evil, man. That's why, like Apostle Tar titled that video, the woman came to beginning of sin, and through her we all die. The scripture speaks how a woman is. See, today's society, a woman innocent, woman could never be wrong, could never do no wrong.
Even with this Cassie situation.
You saw that shit I put in the chat?
What was it?
This bitch said,
Stop victim, man.
Matter of fact,
like, stop victim
I'm
shaming.
gonna read that shit. It say, look, Cassie bashed for staying, Holly bashed for leaving. Y'all hate women.
I saw that, yeah. You know, but hey, because it's coming out now with that situation that she was initiating some of these transactions. They say, oh, he groomed her and all that shit. Yeah, oh, fucking K, man.
She was liking that shit.
She liked that shit, man.
They never want to fucking hold women accountable. She's a grown-ass fucking woman. She could have left whenever she wanted to. This 71-year-old bitch, Beyonce mother, just recently said she woke up one day and said she realized she deserves better, and she's now divorcing her husband. So why couldn't this Cassie bitch do that? Because she wanted to do that, man. But they always try to portray the woman as innocent, never wrong, never did nothing bad.
Yeah.
But going back to this account, this is when women were more in order, man. So what you think they're going to do today? They're going to do the same shit. They're going to eat your child, then eat you. But that was it. I think that was it. Yeah, that's all I remember. We about to get this Revelation 6, Job 5 and 17, and also Isaiah 65 and 13. And also, no, I'm calling for a lot. But this the last one. Second Edges 2 and 27.
Second Edges 2 and 27.
Job 5 and 17. Isaiah 65 and 13. Second Edges 2 and 27. All right, let's get this Revelation 6. We can start at verse 1.
Second Edges 2.
Yes, sir. 2 and 27.
All right, this Revelation chapter 6. Start at the top. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, that I heard as it were the noise of thunder, one of the four beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw and behold a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer.
And that's talking about Yahushua, man. Okay? That's talking about Yahushua coming to conquer these other nations. On his head were many crowns. He's coming to take down all the kingdoms of the earth. The true conqueror. You know, you had my man Cain the Conqueror, which they should have just kept him anyway. They should have just kept.
That's trash.
They should have just kept it going, man. They should say, man, fuck that case.
Yeah, they should have recast him.
They should have just recast him, man. Like Esau don't be going to get into they woman and shit, man. You know? But that's talking about Yahweh Shah. You gotta go. Hey. Oh yeah, Hey, when we get that spiritual power, man, we gonna be healing guys like that. Healing people out of that wheelchair, man. But yeah, you gotta go.
Verse 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." There went out another horse that was red, and the power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth.
And that's talking about Esau Edom. It say power was given unto him to take peace from the earth. See, Esau will at least be like, excuse me, or try to, Eve just, fuck you, man. So that kind of threw me off right there. Just walking with that proud, nonchalant, just proud look on their fucking face.
And that's what that statue they slapped up represented. You know, in the middle of fucking Manhattan. You know, just a 12-foot tall nigga woman, out of shape, ugly as hell. You know, masculine as hell. Everything adverse to what a woman is supposed to be.
Making these bitches just even more proud. But that's Eve for you.
She thinks somebody, she wanted somebody to look at her.
Yeah, nobody wants you. See, these other women will go behind. Not that we care, you know. It's public walkway. They can walk, but it's just courtesy. Just fuck you, Eve.
Yeah.
You know. But you gotta go. So like, read that again from the top.
All right,
Verse 4.
Verse 4. And there went out another horse that was red. The power was given to him. And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
Yeah, because Esau about to bring that sword, man. Revelation 12 and 12. He know his time is running out, so he come with that great route. So Esau is about to come down hard, especially mainly on the tribes, man. Okay? Mainly on the tribes. They want to get the men of the Lord, man. You know? But they're about to come down on the tribes heavy. Really on everybody, but mainly the tribes. Okay? So he got the power to take peace from the earth. And that sword is going to be through famine, through pestilence, which they've been doing biological warfare in Africa and in Ukraine. It came out, they got bio labs. They've been testing different shit on people, man. And they about to bring it all here. They about to just throw it out, man. You know? What you gotta do?
Verse 5. When we had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand.
Yeah. The point I want to get is this next verse. Actually, we can read the verse 8, but let's read the next verse.
All right, verse 6. Verse 6. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, "A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine."
Yeah, so it's going to cost you a day's wage for a loaf of bread. When you read that verse in the NLT, it says it plainly, man. Okay? So you're not going to be able to afford to even buy food. You know? People already, they say over 70% of Americans live check to check. So you live in check to check, you behind on your bills, you behind on your car payment, you try not to get your car towed, then you gotta pay your car insurance, then you gotta put gas in your car. Gas is gonna go up, you know? You just ain't gonna be able to afford to live. People gonna have to start having roommates. That's why Isaiah 4:1 gonna come. Cause you gonna realize, man, it's so hard to live out here, man. You know? Because when the food prices go up, gas is going to go up. Okay? Gas is going to increase. So, you're going to be through, man. You're going to be like, man, it's just best for us to just share them in. And put all our money together. do what we can until it's time to go off the grid. Because we are going to be using this digital CBDC, whether it's the stable coin, the USD coin, whatever the hell we using, until they bring out the MOTB, which is the CHIP. So we going to be, you know, making it work until it's time to go off grid, man. You know? But the Lord going to be with us. Okay? But you got it, bro.
All right, verse 7. When he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, "Come and see."
Yep.
And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth.
And the fourth part of the earth is talking about America, aka Babylon the Great. Even when you type in the New World, okay? Because that's what they referred to America, you know, in the past. The New World. That's what the fourth part of the earth is talking about. So it said power was given, it said death, right? It said to kill with the sword, with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth, because these wild animals gonna be out here devouring people. A lot of them may escape these zoos, you know, the lions, you know, the gorillas and all that. They gonna get out, man. You're gonna have these animals that's the Lord been hiding them in these woods, because there's woods all around the south, man. You know, I mean, we got mountains too, but you know, it's a lot of woods, man. Mountainous woods. And you got all kind of animals and, you know, creatures the Lord got in these woods, man. They gonna be out here devouring people. Okay? People gonna be dying of hunger, dying by the sword. The modern day sword is the gun. So death is gonna have his last hurrah, man. Okay? Death is gonna have fun. Cause this is the last time where death is gonna really have liberty to have free reign, man. You know, this is the last time these demons gonna be able to do as they please. Okay? Because Satan's world is at its end. Oh yeah, let's see. Satan's world is at its end, man. This is the end of Satan's kingdom. Okay? So they about to go out with a bang, man. Esau going out with a bang, these demons going out with a bang. Alright? But that wasn't on that. Let's get the one in Job first.
5 and 20.
Let's start at verse 17.
This is Job chapter 5 and verse 17. Behold, happy is the man whom the Most High corrected. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty.
Yeah, the Lord corrected us, man. Gave us his truth, gave us his holy name, gave us, you know, the laws, statutes, and commandments that we follow to the best of our ability. We can't keep them perfectly. It's impossible. Okay? And we're not going to be saved off the law. We're saved through grace and the blood of the Lamb, which is Yahushua. Okay? But, you got it.
Verse 18, for he maketh sword and bindeth up. He woundeth and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee.
Yeah, so all the evils that's coming, the Lord is going to deliver us from them, man. Okay? We out here speaking these things, prophesying, because the scriptures back it up. And everything that's happening today in the world backs up that a crash is coming. Okay, if you on your watch, see, these people, they don't watch, they don't know what's going on. And they don't know what to watch for anyway. If you even mention about watching the news or watching, they're going to think Fox News, NBC, which sometimes you can get some on point shit from that. But you got to look further than that. Okay, we look at alternative news, man. You got to look at Russian news. You got to look at news like Zero Hedge and Al Jazeera and, you know, different foreign. You gotta see what's going on. You gotta get different sides of the story, man. See what's going on. You gotta look at these different journalists that's actually traveling to these, like my man Pepe Escobar, man. He be going everywhere. He actually spoke to the top Iranian general, bro. On video, had a translator right there. He asked him questions straight to his face about Operation True Promise 3. You know? So you got to look at guys like that that's actually going to Yemen, going to China, going to India, going to these different countries, and they're actually speaking with government officials, and they're actually getting, you know, the news of what's going on. You got to look at these guys, man. That's why we know of a surety. Yeah, we in the end. Okay, got to look.
Verse 20, it says, in famine he shall deliver thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword.
Yeah, so in the time of famine, the Lord is going to deliver his servants from it, man. And it said from what?
It says in war from the power of the sword.
Yeah, in war from the power of the sword, man. So the Lord is going to deliver his men. So we ain't got nothing to worry about. Okay? We ain't got to be in that Canadian prepper spirit, that Dabu 7 spirit, getting a compound off grid, living off grid, which, hey, it's going to come a time where some of us is going to have to live off grid. So it is wise to, if you got a fire starter, if you got, you know, different survival tactics and knowledge, it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with buying stuff, you know, buying canned goods and shit like that, but that ain't gonna save you. Don't put your trust in that. Put your trust in the Lord, man. Because you can have a gun. You can be a black belt. You can be a master survivalist. But if the Lord ain't dealing with you, you ain't gonna make it. You got people that got bunkers, that got all that. The Lord put the spirit on them to do that so he can kill them and then give it to his servants, the prophets. But you gotta know. Yep.
Verse 21, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh.
Yeah, because we ain't afraid now. We see what's coming, we ain't afraid. Now the scriptures do speak about the remnant were fighting and gave, you know, glory to the power of heaven, because when we actually see Yahweh Shah, Lord willing, we make it that far and we're delivered. When we see Yahweh Shah coming on the fathership and the missiles coming, hey, that's going to be a terrifying thing. But, you know, everything else, you know, the famine, you know, the pestilence, everything else that's coming, hey, we like, bring it on. You know? 333 was on that Mustang. We like, bring it on. You know, bros is ready to get up out of here, man. Bros is hastening the day of the Lord, man, the return of Yahweh Shah, man. You know?
Yeah, it's about to get difficult for everybody, so why not, you know, we're going to suffer for righteousness' sake, man.
Yeah.
All right, these people going to suffer because they're wicked. You know, 2 Esdras 8:50, for many great miseries shall be done to them in the latter times that shall dwell in the world because they have walked in great pride. All right, yeah, and the Lord hates a proud look. Isaiah the 2nd chapter said that the haughtiness of man shall be bowed down and made low. All right, all your lofty and proud looks, man. Because nobody's reverencing Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah but his servants, man. Well, nobody. And he created everything. He designed flawlessly everything, existence, how your body is made, everything. But nobody gives the Lord his reverence. All these people are so vain and into themselves, man. Here it is, you don't know, you can't keep yourself from dying, but you proud, man. The Lord hates that.
Yeah, he do. He hates that, man. Why is earth and ashes proud? We are worms. Fear not, thou worm, Jacob. A worm, you can just stump that motherfucker. A worm is defenseless, man. A worm can't. Hey, man. You know, we're likened to worms, man. The Lord can have you getting red. He can have your roof fucking fall on you. He can have you sleep and the roof just fall and crush you to death.
Yeah. Have a plane jump out the sky.
You have a plane crash into your house and kill you. Have somebody get in a shootout, stray bullet go through your window, through your wall, kill you in your sleep. There's been reports on that. You know? Woman in her bed getting hit by a bullet, stray bullet went through the wall, killed her. You know? So, it's nothing to be proud about, man. You know, these people proud, especially these women, man. They be out of shape, fat, 5 out of 10 in the face. Get 15 likes on social media, and now their egos through the roof. You know? You got it, bro.
Verse 22, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh.
In destruction and famine thou shalt laugh. Why we gonna laugh? Because the Lord is gonna be laughing. The Lord said, I will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear comes. Eve would never.
Right.
Eve would never.
Hey, that was the example, bro.
You know? Eve would never. But at death and famine thou shalt laugh. Not only is the Lord gonna be laughing through us, but because we gonna be in a good position. We gonna have food. We gonna have water. We gonna be in a safe place somewhere the Lord got us put up. Meanwhile, you people just gonna, hey, it's just gonna be, you just gonna be through. You got it.
Neither shall there be afraid of the beasts of the earth.
Yeah, because the wild animals ain't gonna attack us. They gonna be cool with us, man.
Yeah.
Hey, some of us, hey, we gonna be allies with them. They gonna be either bringing us food, or they gonna be like the watchtower for us. They'll be watching, let us know if somebody's coming, or shit, they might devour a motherfucker for you.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, you know that trend that was on the internet a couple weeks ago, that 100 men versus a gorilla?
Yeah.
Hey, that's gonna be real soon, man. For these people.
Oh yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Because the Lord said, those are spirits created for vengeance, teeth of wild beasts. You know, a gorilla is a fucking, man.
They're strong as fuck.
Strong. They got a bite force. They can rip your damn arm straight out your shit like Chewbacca,
straight
man.
off, bro. They
Right?
can really pull you in half.
Yeah.
They can pick you up like Conquest
Oh,
was
yeah.
trying to do to Invincible Brother.
Yeah, that's-
Remember he had them picked up? He'll pull
That
them.
shit so damn.
Hey, a damn gorilla can do that,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
They ain't gonna mess with us though. Hey, the Lord give us that power, man. Hey, I'm gonna go free some animals from the zoo.
Black bear, them damn bears, them grizzly bears, bro, they know how to open doors and shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they
yeah.
pretty smart.
Yeah.
You know, and the Lord gonna have it in their mind to get you people, man.
Oh yeah, to attack you, eat you. Cause they gonna be experiencing famine too.
Yeah.
The wild animal.
Yeah.
So they gonna be attacking people, eating them. Cause that's what they be doing. Them bears, you see them, they be going in people's homes, going in the fridge. They be trying to survive, feed their cubs, man. The mothers, they be trying to feed their offspring. So they gonna be attacking and eating you people, man. Cause the Lord gonna put the spirit on them to do that. But not to his elect. See, the Lord's elect have favor from the highest, man. I'm gonna get it real quick. Psalm, you still gotta think of it, right? Yeah, Psalms 34:7, real quick. We're gonna bring that out. Oh, wait, actually, what's the one where it say, matter of fact, yeah, we can get that, but I also want to get Sirach 33:1. But you there? Go ahead and bring it out.
All right, Psalm chapter 34 and verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them.
And real quick, get Sirach 33:1. You can close your Psalms. So yeah, the Lord got angels around his men protecting them, man. Lord willing, we the elect, we got angels around us, guiding us, putting stuff in our mind. You might want to go do something, but then the spirit be like, nah, do this, do that. Because the Lord is with you. So we got favor, we got divine favor, man. Okay, Lord willing, we the elect, we got divine favor, man. So these wild animals ain't gonna mess with us. We're gonna be cool with them. And like I said, the Lord give us that power, man. I'm going straight to Greenvilles and I'm gonna free them lions. I'm gonna free them animals, man.
Hey.
You know?
Yeah.
But you gotta go Sirach 33:1.
Sirach chapter 33 verse 1. There shall no evil happen unto him that feareth the Lord. But in temptation, even again, he will deliver him.
Yes, so no evil is gonna come upon the Lord's elect. That's once again, death and famine thou shalt laugh. No evil is gonna come upon the Lord's elect, man. Okay, we ain't gonna be digging in the trash can like my man from earlier. We ain't gonna be out here barefoot, holes all in your shirt, dirty ass underwear. Cause when you go into the account of Egypt, it speaks about how their clothes didn't wax old, something like that. Pretty much, we was still fresh, man. We wasn't in the wilderness, dirty as hell, garments all fucked up. You know what I mean? Hey, but that rough look gonna be natural. That whole getting a line up, getting a shape up.
These niggas gonna feel uncomfortable. Hey, their confidence gonna be low because they put all that, just like these women,
Yeah.
they put their whole thing is about their appearance and all that shit. That's an effeminate spirit.
It is.
So these men that used to all this, maintenance,
Manicures
you know,
and shit.
for us it's gonna be like we're gonna get up and go.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
you know, we've been adapted.
Yeah, hey, you know what I mean? Ain't gonna be no cutting the hair off your neck and, you know, just trying to look pretty. Hey, people gonna look rough, especially these women, because women, especially Northern Kingdom women, because they get hairy as fuck. They gotta shave, man. Having a damn mustache and shit. A lot of these women, the Lord gonna make it easy for us to reject you. He gonna make it so easy, because you're gonna be dirty, stinky, fucked up teeth, breath funky, teeth gonna be fucking 10 karat gold, because you ain't been able to brush it, you know, hair everywhere, fucking period blood all over you. You're just gonna be through. You're gonna be forced to be humble, man. The Lord gonna break every single last one of you motherfuckers that's proud. He's gonna break your pride, man. You got it, bro.
I got a quick precept real quick based on what you were speaking on.
Kind.
This is Psalm chapter 37 and verse 25. I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread.
Ooh,
you know, so hey, we not gonna be, you know, the Lord ain't gonna have us in the position like the brother mentioned, you know, and that was King David speaking, you know. So hey, the righteous aren't gonna be forsaken. We know our righteousness is as filthy rags, but hey, there's a mark of exemption that the waters being set upon the foreheads of the men that sign that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst of. Somebody's going to be protected. Hey, because that's how the Lord is going to be exalted, man. All right, by us being, if we were through like y'all, you know, then it was to no avail. The Lord is going to have us in a great case. Yeah, we're going to go through different trials and stuff, but ultimately, the men of the Lord are going to be in good case to exalt the names of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, just like we're doing in this ministry. Just like we're doing, proclaiming it openly on the highways and byways, man. You call us crazy, you know, but the scripture say it pleased them through the foolishness of teaching to save them that believe. All right, so just hey, the same ones that you saw teaching and preaching that you thought were foolish, they're going to be the same ones with substance. You know, that's what this is going into.
Facts. You got it, bro.
Back in Job. Job chapter 5 and verse 23. It says, "For thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. And thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation and shall not sin."
I think that was it. So let's go to
Closing the shower.
and after that we'll get Rebecca and I'll pass it to Rebecca.
Isaiah chapter 65 in verse 13, or actually verse 12, it says, "Therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer, and when I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before mine eyes."
Yeah, because you ain't listening, man. That's why I say in Proverbs, the first chapter, fools hate knowledge. We giving you the keys to salvation, man. Yet you I don't need that. That's your mentality. You got it, bro.
It says, "And did choose that where I delighted not. Therefore thus said the Lord power, Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed."
Yeah, so we gonna eat and drink, but you people gonna starve to death and dehydrate. Hey, a lot of you people, you gonna say fuck it. Then they say, oh, never mind. Yeah, it did. Call out Yahweh Bashem Yahushua.
That power's coming.
Yo, that power is coming, man. That power is coming, man. Okay? The Lord is already gave us power. Okay, being able to come out here and prophesy, that's power, man. You know? And the names Yahweh Shai, hey, that power. power is coming, man.
Hey, how Shah said? He said, "Behold, I give you power to tread on serpents and scorpions." Man. You know, and the Lord likened the 2/3 of Israel unto scorpions.
Yeah.
In Ezekiel the 2nd chapter, it says, "Thou doest dwell among scorpions," man. That ain't talking about the physical animals. That's talking about you niggas, man. You niggas are snake-like and scorpions. But the Lord gonna give us that power to tread on y'all, man.
Yeah.
Lord willing, you ain't gonna want to come across the man of the Lord trying to inquire, hey, and he got that power, man. You know, he not, hey, it's gonna be a bad day. It's gonna be your worst day.
Nicely.
Worst day,
They
man.
not talk to you at all. Just sing you to the spirit world.
Kaylee, and Bailey.
You know. I like the one in the front. I like the 10 minutes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Come. It says, verse 14, "Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit."
Yeah, we're gonna be turning up. We're gonna be rejoicing, praising Yahweh Bashim Shah, laughing.
Nice.
You know, brothers gonna be toasting. The water Yahweh Bashim Shah. Especially when we get that power, bro. Bro, it's gonna be greatly celebrated, man. You know, fellowshipping, flying together. You know, performing miracles, healing. You know, exalting the Lord, man, because that's what it's all about, exalting and glorifying Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. So we're going to rejoice, we're going to sing for joy of heart, but it say, you shall howl for vexation of spirit. Okay?
We're gonna be
Man, I
rejoicing
should've
because of
listened.
prophecy too. Because everything the Lord said was gonna happen is gonna happen.
Yep.
Although it's gonna be such a fucked up situation, the Lord said it was gonna happen. So if the Lord said that was gonna happen, the Lord said He also is gonna deliver us, man.
Yeah, the kingdom is next. We're going to be like, man, we are so close to the kingdom, especially when they bring the MOTB. We weeks away from Yahweh Shah return. Once they push that thing, because when they actually push it, they're going to push it hard. I don't see it being no 9 months before, 9 months later, oh, now you can get it in South America.
Yeah.
Now you can get it. Bro, when they push it, it's going to be a global push, bro.
Yeah, that's why they want to get everybody on one accord.
Yeah, that's why they want the whole world to be digital already. That's why everybody is working on setting up this digital. Because I saw another report that said they want Dubai and Abu Dhabi and all that. They want that to be the blockchain of the earth. Everybody wants to be number one when it comes to this digital crypto. So once everything is digital, bro, the whole world is going to push this the MOTB, man. Okay, and once that comes, hey, we're going to be expecting our Lord's return any day. Okay, and when He returns, Yahweh Shah said, when these things come up to pass, lift your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. You got it, bro.
That's right.
I believe that might have been it.
Yeah, that was it on it.
Let's get that second Esdras 2 and 27. And we're going to get this and then we'll pass it to the brother.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 2 and verse 27. It says, "Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance."
Yeah, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance, man. So, you people gonna be weeping, crying, boo-hooing, but we gonna be merry and have abundance. Lord willing, we the Lord's elect, because He's about to show great favor, man. The best time to win is in the end. Everybody gonna be losing, man. All these red pill niggas, ain't nobody gonna give a damn about an Anton Daniels. Ain't nobody gonna give a damn about an Andrew Tate, about whatever celebrity gossip, whatever. Nobody's gonna give a fuck about LeBron James when there's famine. Okay? And everything is already being exposed. Even people in the world are beginning to see sports is rigged. You had that video of LeBron on the ground, he peeked with his eyes and shit. You know, everybody know all this shit is fake, man.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody gonna be thinking about none of that. Everybody is gonna be looking for a man of the Lord, for answers.
Yep.
Okay?
And I looked up that word abundance real quick, And it means abundance means having more than enough, an overflowing amount of something valuable.
Yeah.
And what's going to be valuable? Like we said, food, water, shelter, protection. We're going to have it in abundance.
Yep.
All right, not because we hoarded these things, but because we trusted in our power. Therefore, the Lord is going to bless us with these things.
Yeah.
Bless us with what we need, the bare necessities, which the bare necessities in that day is going to be everything, you know, because nobody's going to have shit. Everybody's going to be lacking, whether it be food, whether it be shelter or protection, you know. Everybody's going to be lacking, but the men of the Lord aren't going to be lacking.
Facts.
You know?
Facts. The Lord said it, man. There's too many scriptures that we just show, and there's more scriptures where the Lord is going to have his men, man. For whatsoever was written aforetime was written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. We got hope, man. We know the Lord did it before, he's going to do it again. But this time on a greater level, man. Because he's hid himself for so long, he's a power that hideth himself. He's about to reveal himself in a major way, man. And he wants us to make mention of his name, to speak his name, to glorify his holy name, man. Okay? So we in that time, man. That was it, right? All right, let's get this. Sure.
All right, this Habakkuk chapter 2, starting at the top. It's
Yes, sir.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 1. I will stand upon my watch.
Shit, I'm feeling, I
It's-
don't know if you can tell, but I'm feeling.
I will stand
I was
upon.
coughing all night.
I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower,
That shit was hurting.
and will watch to see what he will say unto me. You run it back.
Yeah.
All right, this Habakkuk chapter 2 at the top. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me,
Well,
and what I shall answer when I am reproved.
Sound congested.
yeah. So,
And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
and that's what the prophets did. That's why today we got the scrolls. Okay, which the modern day scrolls is in these books, man. Okay? So we got the, we got the writings that we may run that readeth it. And we got everything we need. We don't need all the other books Esau done destroyed. Okay? We got everything we need for salvation. You got it, bro.
All right, verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Yeah, so the vision, there's not an appointed time. Nobody knows, man. Not even the angels or Yahweh Shai. The Heavenly Father, Yahweh, he's the only one that knows the exact day, hour, and second when he's going to take Esau down. Because he created time, man. We talking about a power that existed before time. You can't explain it. Don't try to explain it. Don't even think too hard about it. Just know one of his titles is the Ancient of Days. He existed before time itself. There's no beginning or end. You'll bug out if you try to process that. There's just things that you just, like the scriptures say. What it say in Sirach? Search not out the things that are too hard for thee.
Hard for thee, man.
You know? Don't try to think about that. Cause that's why people be atheists. Well, does he have a mother and a father? Just thinking on some carnal flesh shit, man. That's a fleshly thing. That's not a spiritual thing, a mother and a father. You know, spirits don't have sex, man.
Hey, we just got to be thankful that the Lord made us Israelites.
He made us his chosen.
Yeah.
That's what we thankful for. He made us his chosen. He likened us into a delicate, comely woman.
Yeah.
Hey, that's enough. We don't need to know all the ins and outs of the Most High. We don't need to know all that. All right. So he
Goddamn short circuit, man.
He existed.
Trying to think about that.
Exactly. He existed before time. He created time. So he knows the time when he's going to take this double down. Esau cannot prolong his kingdom past that point. Okay? Actually, if you don't mind, could you read that verse again?
All right, it's verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak.
And it's speaking. We're in the end, and it's speaking.
And not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come.
Yeah.
It will not tarry.
Yeah, it will surely come. That's how that. Hey, beginning with our apostles, man. The apostles been going out there hard body 40 years, 30 plus years, man. You know, before YouTube, before the internet, and ever since they got on YouTube, they haven't stopped, man. Haven't took weeks off, haven't took months off. Didn't take no, oh, we taking a vacation from prophesying. No, haven't stopped doing the work, man. And the same with us, brothers. Ever since the Lord got us out here, we haven't stopped, man. We didn't take no 3-month vacation. Oh, brother, we've been going every week. Let's take time to learn ourselves and chill and man, that's Satan, man. That's the spirit of a slothful nigga. Want to take weeks off? Let's just cook out this week, man. Let's take a week off. The nigga saying that nigga is cut off. He's excommunicado. Ain't that what they say on? That nigga is excommunicado. Niggas start talking like that. Let's take weeks off. Hey, you do your thing, man. Go ahead and do you. You know? The Lord gonna spew you out his mouth, man. Alright? But the vision is speaking, man. It's a whole lot going on right now. We just gotta stay on our watch. This is gonna be a beautiful week because Israel didn't fully declare war on Gaza now. Yeah. Before, it was just mainly it was war, but it was mainly like a tit for tat. You know, mainly just the G word. But now, it's full-scale war, bro. From land, sea, and air. And then Hamas is saying, yeah, now we about to declare full war on Yemen is talking about declaring full war. See, full-scale war is a different game, man. It's not just sending a ballistic missile or a hypersonic missile. Full-scale war means we're coming into your territory. We're sending soldiers on the ground into your territory. You know, yeah, we're actually about to do some damage now. So we in beautiful times, man. Bros, keep doing the work, keep praying, keep believing, keep fighting. We about to win. It's already written that we won. Matter of fact, let's end it with that. 1 Corinthians 15. It's already written that we won because of Yahushua. And thank you to our Savior, Yahushua, man. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have the kingdom. We wouldn't have the mercy. You niggas that want to skip the Lord and go to the Most High, man, fuck you niggas. The Lord gonna kill you niggas, man. Okay? You gotta go.
Yep. 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 57.
Yep.
But thanks be to the Most High, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Yahushua Mashiach.
Through Yahushua.
Yep.
You can't win any other way, man. Through Yahushua. You cannot win any other way, man. The Most High is not dealing with any one of us. Yahushua is our mediator. Okay? You got it, bro.
Yep. It says, verse 58, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. For as much as ye know that your labor is not in vain.
Our labor is not in vain in the Lord, man. All the works that we've done, okay, and hey, we gotta endure to the end. Gotta endure to the end. The Lord don't give a damn what you did if you don't endure to the end. So what we're doing is not in vain. Lord willing, we endure to the end. The Lord is not unrighteous to forget our work and labor of love. And say that in Hebrews, man. The Lord is a righteous, merciful power, man. And he's going to greatly honor his men for standing stiffly for his name, man. For throwing their life in this world away to be a servant of his, enduring whatever you gotta go through, man. Losing your job, losing your house, losing your car, losing your woman, losing your kids, giving all that up to serve the Lord. The Lord greatly respects that, man. Write that down. Ain't a wagon. What would you say? That's a hatchback. Hatchback.
Hatchback, yes, yeah.
Yeah, hatchback. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, that's what a hatchback is.
Yeah, that's a hatchback. That's a hatchback. Yeah, hatchback. She got that hatchback.
Nice little hatchback.
Yeah, nice little hatchback. It don't need to be swinging on every woman.
Sleek.
The That's why the Lord made women in different shapes and sizes, man. That's so we can have variety. Okay, not every, because sometimes you do want that wagon. You want that U-Haul. You want that you want them thick thighs on the bitch. You want that jiggle. But then sometimes you want a cool chick. You can lift her legs all the way back. You know, a little petite. You know, a little. She look flat back with the clothes on, but when she take it off, it's a little jiggle.
Yes, indeed.
She got. You don't need no big triple D's every time. You might want a nice little C-cup on the chick. You know what I mean? We kind of went in a different route. But hey, we men, man. We love women. And we in the flesh. We regular men. We ain't no down. We ain't no super oracles. No down monk. You know, we sitting in the room all day, float, meditate. Hey, we regular men, man. You know? But hey, Lord willing. Oh, we didn't finish that verse.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
Oh, Salaki.
Bring it back.
Yeah, let's bring it back.
Verse 58 again, it says, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord.
Always abounding in the work of the Lord, man. Always doing the work. Okay, do the work. Even when you're not putting up a video, you watching videos, you reading, you praying, you talking to brothers, you on your watch, you doing things to help the spirit. Okay? That's you abounding in the work. And this is an everyday thing. You don't take no breaks. Ain't no breaks in this, man. Every day you watching. You watching the video. You praying to the Lord, you know? But Lord willing, this was an edifying count. With that, we want to give all praise, honor, glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace, love, salutations to the hopeful elect. Kwam Yasha Allah and Abba Babal. Shalom.